Welcome to Connect Canyons, a podcast sponsored by Canyon School District. This is a show about what we teach, how we teach, and why. We get up close and personal with some of the people who make our schools great. Students, teachers, principals, parents, and more. We meet national experts too. Learning is about making connections. So connect with us.
Move over, Neil deGrasse Tyson. There's a new popularizer of science in town. Sean Thorpe, an instructional coach at Canyon School District, has found a way to introduce not just students, but entire school communities to the wonders of science with his science festivals. Now, not to be confused with science fairs where students enter projects and compete for prizes, science festivals are family science nights, open to students of all ages, from toddlers to grandparents. We caught up with Thorpe recently at Oak Hollow Elementary, where he staged a festival that drew hundreds of students, their friends and families, all eager to try their hands at dissecting a squid, launching rockets, or cracking open geodes. The center of the activity was in the school's cafeteria, which for one evening was transformed into a magical mystery tour of biology, chemistry, physics, engineering, and more.
Science has always been something I'm very passionate about, something that I love, and so it's something I wanted to create a tradition here at the school where we can get students really involved in science literacy, get them excited about learning science, get them excited about doing science, and it makes it slightly more exciting than a typical science fair. Because at a science fair, students do the project at home and then come and present. Our science festival is a time for students to come to the school with their families and friends and do science at the school with their teachers, with their neighbors, with their siblings, and it makes it a more community feel to approach science learning.
In addition to being a community building activity, science festivals take quite the community effort to pull off. Parent volunteers and teenage students from neighboring Corner Canyon High, groups like Latinos in Action help staff the Oak Hollow Festival, as well as raise money to purchase needed supplies ranging from hammers and geodes to surgical gloves, goggles, and gowns. Oh, and a vat of squid. Thorpe and his squad of citizen scientists set up experiments of all types in classrooms across the school. Families were given checklists and maps and a goal of completing as many experiments as possible. But hands down, the squid dissection area in the cafeteria was the most popular.
I think there's huge benefits to involving community in any sort of educational aspect. It develops that sense of continuity for our students, which helps create a caring educational setting. So our students who are younger can see our older students participating in similar activities. They can see those high school students that they can see helping out and then yearn to do that when they get older.
Truth be told, none of the experiments disappointed, and all of them were designed to engage the students at their level. Building a fizz rocket can be as simple as placing a seltzer tablet in a film canister with water and watching it pop. But students were also given information about the chemical reaction taking place and encouraged to test out variations.
And it's age appropriate through kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade, so anyone can access it as long as they got some sort of help, which is why we bring in that community volunteer aspect.
Mixing chemicals to create a growing and glowing warmth known as sunshine in a bag seems simple enough, but the three-step process is actually pretty involved. First, you dump calcium chloride into a plastic bag, then add water, which forms calcium oxide and hydrochloric acid. The calcium oxide sinks to the bottom of the bag and the acid splits into two ions, which produces heat. Next, you add a tube of phenol red, an acid-base indicator, and well, you shake the bag and you get the picture. Experiment with circuits and you have a lightsaber. With a packet of ketchup and a water bottle, you can learn about buoyancy, demonstrate Pascal's law and the Archimedes principle. From the genie in the cup chemistry demonstration to lessons in absorbency using the same materials they use to make disposable diapers, to the lotion-filled gloves used to help students see how blubber keeps warm-blooded sea animals warm. Oak Hollow Science Festival was a feast for the senses and a joy for the experimenters, dreamers, and the doers of tomorrow. But the highlight of the evening was the foam gnome, a chemical reaction demonstration by none other than Thorpe and an assistant, who dumped several bottles of the chemicals poly A and poly B into a garbage can, stirred them up, and then watched as an exothermic reaction solidified the mixture into polyurethane foam, which spilled from the top of the garbage can and hardened into a monstrous sculpture. It was the perfect end to a perfectly delightful evening of oohs, ahs, and hands-on real-world lessons in science.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Connect Canyons. Connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at Canyons District, or on our website, canyonsdistrict.org.